In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to install Magic Zoom Plus in WebExpress. You can use this video to install Magic Zoom Plus, Magic Zoom, Magic Thumb, Magic Magnify Plus and Magic Magnify, as the process is the same. For today's tutorial, I'll be installing Magic Zoom Plus. Don't be put off by the length of this video. Installing Magic Zoom Plus only takes a few minutes. The rest of the video shows a couple of quick customizations and then a detailed explanation of how to get the multiple images effect on your site, which you can see here in action. Okay, so let's get started. First, download the demo version of Magic Zoom Plus and go to the folder it's downloaded to on your computer. The file you've just downloaded is a zip file, so you need to extract the files before you begin. Find the Magic Zoom Plus folder. Inside there are two files called CSS and JavaScript, which we'll be referencing later. There's also a graphics folder. Images in this folder will automatically be pulled into Magic Zoom Plus. We need to copy the Magic Zoom Plus folder and paste it into the area where your WebExpress files are located. And there it is. You can see I've got an images folder which has the small and large images I'll be using. So if we go to WebExpress, I'm using version 3 for this tutorial. On each page where you want to display Magic Zoom Plus, you'll need to reference the JavaScript and CSS files we were just looking at. First, reference the JavaScript file via Edit, Scripts, New, Extensions, Add. Add source in the name field. Tick Specify Value. Remember to also reference the folder the JavaScript file is in, otherwise WebExpress won't be able to see it. You'll be asked if you want to save the script changes. Select Yes for this. We'll do the same for the CSS file, this time through the Format menu. Edit Style Sheets, Style Sheets, Add Link. Again, remember to reference the folder where the CSS file is located. Now that's done, we can add the small image we're going to use on the web page. Click the Insert Image icon and find the small image on your computer. I'm not copying my files to my website for this example, but of course you follow your normal process for this. I've saved my small image in the Images folder, so I'll need to reference that too. Once the image is inserted, highlight it and press F5. We're going to link the small image and the large images. So this time select the large image. Again, add the folder location to your image reference. Next, we need to add a class of Magic Zoom Plus, which is done via extensions. Enter class in the name field and tick Specify Value. When entering Magic Zoom Plus, make sure it's one word and that M, Z and P are all capital letters. And that's it. Save your changes. And now we can preview Magic Zoom Plus in action. And that's how easy it is to add Magic Zoom Plus to WebExpress. Now that Magic Zoom Plus is installed, I'll show you how easy it is to make changes. First, I'll increase the zoom size and then change the enlarge background colour. To do this, go back to the Magic Zoom Plus product page and click the integration link on the left hand side. At the top of the page you'll see a list of anchor links. We'll be using number 2 zoom and number 15 background. Select number 2 zoom first. When you install Magic Zoom Plus, the zoom size defaults to 300 pixels. I want to change that to 400 pixels, but you can have any size you want. The code we need is rel attribute zoom width, zoom height. Select your small image back in WebExpress and open the Create Edit Link box. Click Extensions. You can see the existing class attribute. Now we're going to add a rel attribute. Enter rel in the name field, tick Specify Value and enter the zoom width, zoom height code we've just seen on the integration page. Scroll back up to the top of the integration page and this time select number 15, background. You can see the rel attribute shows details for the opacity and the background colour. The opacity default is 30%. If you want to change this, then use the code shown. I'm just going to change the background colour for this example. We'll add the new code in the existing rel attribute box. Simply add a semicolon to separate the attributes and then enter the new code. I'm using the colour code for red, but you can use any colour you want. Once that's okayed, you can see the new rel attribute is now listed. If you wanted to have more changes, just modify the existing rel attribute. Now when we preview Magic Zoom Plus, you can see the zoom size is bigger and the enlarged background colour is red. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you how to add the multiple images option. There are more steps involved, so it will take about 5 minutes to go through this. Multiple images is perfect if you have more than one colour for a product. To achieve the effect, you'll need 3 image sizes for each product. I've saved mine in the images folder. My large images are 840 pixels width, the small images are 290 pixels width, and the tiny images are 90 pixels width. Of course, you can use any size you want. So they're the images I'll be using. If you go back to the Magic Zoom Plus product page and click the integration link. This time select number 8 multiple images from the anchor links. I'll show you where the images appear in this example. The tiny images are the thumbnail options. Each small image will appear as the main image on the page, and the large images are used for the zoom and enlarge effects. You can see each image visible has its own section of code. The HTML code in the box looks a lot, but it isn't if you break it down. This is what we'll use to create the multiple images effect in WebExpress. As I mentioned earlier, you'll need to reference the JavaScript and CSS files on any page you want Magic Zoom Plus to appear. First we'll reference the JavaScript file via Edit, Scripts, New, Extensions, Add. Add source in the name field, tick Specify Value, and remember to enter the folder the JavaScript file is saved in. You'll be asked if you want to save the script changes. Select Yes for this. Then add the CSS file via Format, Edit Style Sheets, Add Link. Again, remember to enter the folder the CSS file is saved in. Once that's done, we can start inserting the images which will appear on the web page. Click the Insert Image icon. Choose the small image you want to appear as the main image. Again, enter the location of the image in the URL and the 3 tiny images that will show under the main image. I'll add the coral tiny image first. The image is saved in a folder, so I'll add that to the reference. Then I'll insert the grey tiny version. Again, enter the location of the image in the URL. And finally, I'll add the line tiny image and enter images folder in the URL reference. Once that's done, select the main image and press F5 to open the Create Edit Link box. Find the large version of the image. For me, that'll be the large coral image. And reference the folder the image is in. Now click Extensions and we'll add the Magic Zoom Plus class. Remember to type Magic Zoom Plus as one word, with capital letters for M, Z and P. We're also going to add an ID attribute. This will link all the images together. I'm going to use trainers for this, but you can use any word you want. So that's the main image done. Now I'll move on to the first thumbnail image. So select the first thumbnail and press F5. Select the large version of the thumbnail image. Again, for me, this is a large coral image. Once you've referenced the large image folder, click Extensions. We're going to add two attributes, rel and rev. Add the rel attribute first. For me, it's Zoom ID trainers. Whichever word you used in the earlier step, you'll need to enter it here. Next, add a rev attribute and enter the reference of your small image. For me, this is the small coral image. And we're going to repeat what we've just done for the next two thumbnails. So select the second thumbnail and press F5. Then select the large version of the thumbnail image. For me, this is the large grey image. Once you've referenced the large image folder, click Extensions and add the rel attribute Zoom ID trainers. And then add a rev attribute and enter the reference of your small image. For me, this is the small grey image. And we'll repeat the exact same steps for the last thumbnail. So for the final time, select the third thumbnail and press F5. Select the large version of the thumbnail image. For me, this is the large lime image. Once you've referenced the large image folder, click Extensions and add the rel attribute Zoom ID trainers. And finally, add a rev attribute and enter the reference of your small image. For me, this is a small lime image. And that's it. Save your page, and now we can preview the multiple images effect on your web page, which I think looks brilliant. By default, you'll need to click each thumbnail for the main image to change, but you can change this so instead of clicking, you can hover over the thumbnails instead. To do this, go back to the integration page and scroll down to the example just below where we were. You can see the rel attribute selectors change mouse over. This is the code we'll use. Go back to WebExpress, select the main image and open the Create Edit Link box. Add the rel attribute selectors change mouse over and OK your changes. Now when we preview our web page, the main image will change when you hover over each thumbnail. If you're not sure how you want to display your images, go to the Magic Zoom Plus Examples page. Whether you want to use an internal zoom or reverse opacity, this page will give you some great ideas. All the HTML code you'll need to make the changes is on the integration page. Use the anchor links at the top to help you navigate around the page easily. At the top of each page on our website, there's a Contact Us link. So if you have any questions about Magic Zoom Plus or any of our other tools, just get in touch. If we're not online when you send your message through, we'll get back to you the very next day. And that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Thanks for watching.